Discovery.
Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News. I'm Ben and I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
And Claire.
Hey.
So I'm going to go through some weird shit we found on the internet this week. It's been weird. Because I
Plenty of weird shit out there.
See, this is how I spend my free time because I don't watch the Olympics.
Wow.
Because it's just 2 weeks of running and jumping in a field.
They can jump the furthest though. They can run the fastest. They've been training for this.
Good for them.
How about the one that
Running is obsolete, Claire. We have cars. We could even ride a horse and dressage. Now that is a pointless sport. You spent 10 years teaching a fucking horse to dance.
It is a bit pointless. I was a bit bored watching it the other day.
And they're like,
Oh
ooh,
my
look at
goodness.
the forelock movement.
I feel sorry for the horse because the jockey or whatever gets all the accolade, gets the gold medal, and they done nothing.
Does the horse get a medal? That's a question.
No, I don't think so.
You should give the horse a medal.
Yeah.
They pat it on the side of the head and give it a carrot.
Yeah. Gets to get some extra oats in its nose bag.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I suppose if it's a male, it'll get to stud.
Yeah.
We won't send it to the glue factory straight away.
No.
Or the Findus factory.
Anyway, from horses to aliens.
What a surprise.
Yeah. Aliens will crush humans in terrifying war, then crack planet like a nut, claims expert. I want to be an expert in this. This is ace. I can get behind this.
Haven't you got expert status yet?
I'd like to think I have.
Why? Do you think you've
Don't fucking... Not what his ego's like already. Don't fucking...
Oh, come on.
You're not an expert, Ben.
Hey.
You're a casual dabbler.
Casual dabbler.
That makes me sound like I sell pornography.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. Dirty
Alien
Ben sex
porn.
shop. No, I think I'm halfway there. I mean, Nick Pope's technically not got qualifications. He just worked for the MOD. That's who we
He was employed to study it.
Yeah, but you don't get a degree in it, do you?
Really?
You don't get a degree in it. I wish I could. Anyway, Nick Pope, who investigated UFOs for the Ministry of Defence, believes alien technology could be so advanced that humans on Earth wouldn't stand a chance if they decide to invade.
Of course.
I slightly disagree.
What, you don't think it could be?
I think we'd figure out a way to kill them because there's two things humans are really good
Ben, not
at.
if they're like a Type 3 civilization.
Mike, we'll strap a bomb to someone
They've got,
and
the
just
power, they've got the power of stars behind them. We wouldn't stand a chance.
why would they be
What,
attacking
what,
us?
what are we, type 1?
We're not even Type 1.
Oh dear.
We're about 0.71.
Look, we'd strap a nuke to someone and just send them in.
Type 1 means you harness the power of the planet.
Yeah,
Type 2, the star in the solar system.
yeah.
Type 3, the galaxy. And they're a Type 3 civilization. They've got the power of a galaxy behind them. Hundreds of billions of stars that they can harness the power from at will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Nah, we're plucky, Mike. We're plucky.
We're fucked.
We're plucky, man.
Got the Death Star times a billion.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. Well, yeah, okay. If they lose the Death Star, we're fucked, aren't they? You know, we're fucked there.
Yeah, but why would they do it? Because all the resources would be just destroyed.
Yeah, so they want us whole, so they've
would
got to
have
come
be,
down.
Yeah, there would have to be a complete nihilistic alien race. It's supposed to destroy everything. It's possible. Let's hope we don't meet them fuckers.
Yeah. Like, we were reading this nihilistic stuff and we decided that it's our mission to destroy all life in the universe apart from us.
Yeah, there's no reason for anything. It's all pointless.
And we're angry.
Yeah.
And they'd be fascists.
The Klingons.
Yeah. Are the
Listen,
Klingons down for wiping out everybody or just
No.
like... just having a bit of a war now and again to make themselves feel good?
They
I'm
were
not-
in the start, weren't they?
I'm not totally into Star Trek lore.
They were in the start, and then they've come to an accord, and they joined the federations, didn't they?
Oh, they certainly allied with them.
Yeah.
And Birds of Prey are pretty cool though. So aliens will crush humans in the terrifying War of the Worlds and could crack the planet open like a nut, according to Nick Pope, who investigated UFOs for the Ministry of Defence. He says that humans are toast if ETs invade because their weapons will probably be billions of years ahead of ours. He says sci-fi flicks where humans vanquish hordes invading little green men are unrealistic as their weapons will be so advanced they'd seem like magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I personally still think we'd be plucky. We'd have the higher tech they are, the lower tech we'd have to go. Even if that involved like using balloons to carry bombs.
Yeah, but not if we're talking about the people that can just crack planets like nuts.
Well, yeah,
There's
but
a chance.
yeah, that's in that scenario. Yes, if they want the resources, they've got to come down.
Yeah, that's different. Then they could just put a plague.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
they could.
it just kills humans and leaves all the other life intact.
Yeah.
COVID. Stage 1. The US intelligence agencies published a bombshell report on UFOs. It concluded that 143 unidentified aerial phenomenon sightings by US military pilots since 2004 remained unexplained, fueling further fears of an alien invasion. Despite this, the UK government says it has no plans to launch its own investigation into UFOs and the threat they could pose. But Mr. Pope, they dubbed him Britain's Fox Mulder. Ah, I bet he wishes he had a Scully. Slammed the idea that we would suddenly pull something out of the bag and defeat an alien invasion. He added, just to put this in context, the universe is nearly 14 billion years old, and there might be civilizations out there with a 1 billion or 2 year head start on us. Now, if you think about the difference in technology, think how far we've come in the last 200 to 300 years, basically from horse and cart and ships sailing across the ocean, using the wind, we've come from that to stealth fighters, space probes and smartphones in a short period of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 billion years ahead of us.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to come with malintent, are they?
Well, they might do.
But why would they crack the earth into?
Well, like I
to
said,
get,
it'd have to
get
be a
to the magma?
nihilistic.
That's counterproductive.
It'd have to be a
Yeah.
nihilistic alien race that just would destroy everything.
Or an ultra-religious,
Yeah.
like Halo,
Yeah.
the Covenant, humans are impure, gotta wipe them
But then
out.
they'd still want the resources then. I
That's
suppose.
true.
But it's
Yeah.
probably not likely, but it's certainly possible, and we wouldn't have anything to counter it.
No. Unless we're a suicide bombing it. Or we capture an alien, get some of their tech, use it for us. That'd be an idea. I think we're plucky. I think we put up more of a fight than they think. I really do. We'll get the child soldiers out. We'll mobilise the entire human race. Claire, get your boys' guns. We're going.
We wouldn't have a chance if it was my lad.
I reckon the feral one would be alright.
He might be, yeah.
You just see him like jump on the back of one, slit its throat, and then bathe in its blood before going on to the next.
Yeah.
8 and up. Give him a gun. Get him out there. Fighting for this. Let's fighting for the species now. No time for childhood. Think of it like a game. It would be terrifying.
It fucking would be.
A lot of people would just, be screaming in the streets.
There would be a lot of screaming going on. But then
A lot
again,
of fucking.
yeah, we've got to get the numbers up.
Looting.
Well, I'd just be thinking it's the end, innit?
Well, yeah, but that'll be beneficial eventually.
Yeah.
Looted.
Looting, religious systems failing.
No point in looting TVs though, is it? If fucking
Yeah, you can have a bigger TV and watch the end of the world on. You see,
Maybe broadcasting.
someone will be broadcasting it.
Looting shops to sort of like barricade yourself in your own home away from, what is outside the door.
Yeah, alien stormtroopers,
Yeah.
but laser guns. Come on.
They could have laser guns. They could
Yeah, but we'd get laser guns too, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but they could totally paralyse us.
Well, that's the least. That's the worst.
All good and well thinking we can go in all gung ho and
Oh yeah, human
break
wave.
and whatever. But if they've got a paralysed gun.
Well, they could just have a disintegration gun.
Yeah.
Human wave attacks it is then. We'll drown them in our blood.
Send in the emus first.
Send in the fucking emus. Yes, absolutely. Well, I think we're plucky. We'll put up a fight at least. We will not go quietly into the night. I'm not going to carry that speech on. I could do it. I have memorised that entire speech.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
Let's move on.
It's my party piece.
Time traveller from year 5000 claims to have photographic proof of apocalypse.
I love this. This is Apex TV again.
Oh,
I think Apex TV literally just make up bullshit time traveller stories.
Yeah.
That is their sole point of existence.
A man claiming to be a time traveller from the year 5000 says entire cities will be underwater because of climate change, and he has photographic evidence.
So in the year 5000 they still have cameras
Yeah.
that you have to develop the picture from.
Yeah. The man, known only as Edward, told Apex TV he was part of a top secret time travelling experiment in 2004. Really top secret, isn't it? He's coming out and telling everybody.
Yeah.
And sent 3,000 years into the future. To his surprise, the man claims that when he arrived in the future, he was presented with a sight of Los Angeles submerged by a great body of water.
Doesn't look like Los Angeles on that picture there, does it? It just looks
Fucking
like
anything.
It's just the sea with some
Yeah.
ruins. You know, that could be like somewhere off the coast of Greece. I mean, that water looks pretty damn blue to be Los Angeles. So he went back in, he went forward in time.
Yeah.
So he still had to take a physical camera in 2004.
Must have done.
Okay.
Right, okay.
He said, I will tell you a story which will amaze you and you will be astonished. I appeared to place.
I don't know what he means by that.
It was unbelievable. I was standing on a huge wooden platform. Not only me, houses, buildings, of course, all made from wood. And after I realised it was the same city, Los Angeles, but underwater.
Houses all made of wood.
Yeah.
We don't make houses out of wood in LA. It's a concrete jungle, baby.
Doesn't wood float anyway?
Yeah.
Does, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite efficient for that. It's known for floating wood, to be fair.
Fucking hell. The adventurer goes by the name Future Time Traveller on TikTok.
This is a guy who says that giant aliens will arrive in 2022.
There's another time traveller, is it? Oh, fucking hell. Load of bollocks.
Pyramids in the sky, don't look up at them. Don't look at those pyramids in the sky, whatever you do. Who the fuck goes on... Who's got enough time to go on TikTok, make an account, and just post bullshit videos trying to convince people you're actually from the future? What the fuck? The fuck?
This guy? I wonder how many followers he's got.
There's now queer as folk, Ben.
That's very true.
Yeah, load of bollocks. That one, okay?
Yeah.
Read on that.
Yeah.
Some
Apex...
shitty photograph. Can't see what the fuck it is underwater. Could be fucking from anywhere at any time.
It looked like Greek ruins in the bed.
It's just ridiculous. And if it was wood, it would have floated. Idiot.
Moving on. Man rescued after being stalked and repeatedly attacked by a grizzly bear for a week.
It's fucking harsh.
He said that the bear kept coming back every night and he hadn't slept for a few days.
Not surprised.
Fuck. It's like real life Revenant.
Yeah.
It is. That's such a good film.
Yeah.
It is.
So, a man has been rescued after spending a week fighting off a grizzly bear in the Alaskan wilderness. Fighting off? He's hardly fighting off the bear, was he?
He is.
I'm imagining sort of like kung fu. He's got a stick. He's like, come on.
Oh no! Wait till you find out what's actually happened. He did fight it.
Really?
Yeah.
With injuries to his leg and torso and running on a mixture of adrenaline, sleep deprivation, and just 2 remaining rounds of ammunition for his pistol, he was finally spotted by a Coast Guard pilot, Lieutenant Commander Jared Carbajal. Yeah?
Yeah.
I got it right. Hey. Commander Carbajal needed no more
than the bare necessities.
Needed no more than
Uh,
the bare necessities. Of observation to see something was very wrong when he spotted an SOS sign, "Help me," scrawled on a tin roof and in a shack in the wilderness, some 40 miles from an old gold rush town of Nome.
Nome, I think it is.
Is that Nome?
Yeah, Nome without the G.
Okay.
know me?
Could be.
I bet they pronounce it Nome.
Probably.
And beside it, a man desperately trying to get his attention, waving both hands in the air. Upon landing in a remote mining camp, the man explained to the US Coast Guard that he had been attacked by a grizzly bear and had spent sleepless nights warding off repeated visits from the wild animal. Even the shack door had been ripped off.
Fucking hell.
The man, who has not yet been identified, relayed an extreme tale of perilous survival to his rescuers that bore grisly comparison to the Academy Award-winning 2015 film The Reverend. You said that. Yeah. With Leonardo DiCaprio. The unidentified man in his 50s or 60s told the US Coast Guard he'd arrived at the camp on the 12th of July. Some days later, near the mining camp, he had encountered a grizzly which dragged him to a nearby river.
Yes, fucking fuck.
Oh no. He managed to escape the bear's clutches, sustaining injuries to his leg and chest, and he found his way to the hut at the camp, where he treated his wounds.
And fuck, he had to fight the bear to get away. It's fucking mental.
Yeah.
His fortunes did not improve, however. He said that the bear kept coming back every night and he hadn't slept for days.
I'm not surprised.
So the Coast Guard spotted the bear-haunted man at all...
Was a piece.
That the Coast Guard spotted the bear-hunted man was a piece of remarkable good luck, since Commander Carbajal's helicopter crew flying out of Kodiak, has been on its way to a mission elsewhere when it had changed course about a mile to avoid a patch of bad weather.
Wow. Jesus, that is lucky.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
That's mental.
What a badass.
Yeah. I think the important thing to do is, if you are going to the wilderness, like it says here, is take an emergency beacon or a sat phone. You can quite buy them expensive watches, can't you?
Yeah.
And you pull the winder out, and it sets off a beacon then for 48 hours or 72 hours.
I don't like leaving the flat. I ain't going to no fucking wilderness.
But Mike, I was going to invite you on a trip to the Canadian wilderness next week.
Fuck off.
Who's looking at that? Those beacons though? Do they check out every beacon?
Yeah, they're all. It sends a distress signal to the frequency that it's monitored, and it's a GPS. So it basically talks to the satellite, and the satellite says there's a person here.
Tidy.
Yeah, it's ace. Great bit of kit.
Well, he's a lucky bastard.
I think the bear was provoked. I think he tried to fuck it.
Possible. What brave bastard.
Dragged him down to the river.
I think I'd start something small, squirrels or rabbits.
He's been building up. It's in his 50s and 60s, Mike. He's been fucking practicing. Just know it's time for the bear. I want to be known as Barry the Bear Fucker.
In all those days, I'd have tried to kill it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be messing about.
He's got two rounds left, so he's either missed or he's wounded the bear, which is just going to piss it off more. So I'd have climbed on the roof, I'd have waited for the bear to come up, and as it was coming, I'd have shot it in the head.
Yeah, I'd have tried to, I wouldn't be left with 2 rounds. You know,
As soon as it popped its head up the thing, bang, 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 bang.
Up the door, I'd have been, ripped the door off and
yeah.
In the head. Mike, what would you do?
Fuck me, I just took the bullet to myself. Fuck that.
It's a bit defeatist. Fuck it.
Oh well, I always knew it'd come to this. Yeah. Blowing my brains out in a shack in the Canadian wilderness.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm injured from bear wounds. We're attacked and fucking. It's coming back.
Yeah, because you shot it. It's pissed off. It's even more pissed off now. You might as well go down and fight it.
That's how many bullets I've left.
Survival instinct.
It would.
Now you'd be high.
Yeah.
Treating your bear wounds would involve you getting high.
Everything I do involves me getting high.
Oh yeah. Good job you got no bear wounds then, because you're yourself lucky. Yet.
Don't keep
bringing that bear around.
I was going to say don't keep elk legs.
Never keep an elk leg in your house. No. Bears, or hanging above your door.
Yeah.
Or sleeping with a dead elk. Yeah.
Bears. Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. Wow, this is terrifying. Fears governments have apocalyptic nanobot tech that can strip Earth in 2 hours. Fuck me, who's inventing that? Who says, I know, I got this great idea. Come up with this nanotech. Could strip the Earth bare than the bare rock in 2 hours. all life just gone. You're like,
Those aliens,
don't make that!
those aliens want to crack our planet like a nut. The joke's on them. There's nothing left.
Now you see, alright, as a dead man's trigger in the event of an alien invasion, right, I'm down for this. It's like,
Scorched earth.
yeah, scorched earth, man. They're not having it. If we're all gonna die, the last one of us gets to press the button. Last one alive presses the button. That's the deal.
It's a bit childish, that, isn't it?
Nah. It's like flipping them the bird.
Is it?
Yeah. We just took out loads of you fuckers and then we're gonna kill all of you. Boop. Nanobot time. I'll go for it. Dead man switch.
I could see some of the leaders of our world going for that.
Yeah.
They are psychopaths.
Yeah.
Nanobots.
Child raping psychopaths.
Yeah. Yeah. Sadly.
Shit, isn't it?
Yeah, how did we get that? How did we end up with that system?
Child raping psychopaths that are fucking dooming the planet.
And inventing nanobots that can strip it in 2 hours. And nuclear weapons. Oof. So nanobots capable of stripping the Earth in 2 hours may already exist, are in the hands of governments, believes a conspiracy theorist. The concept of apocalypse-causing nanobots, robots that operate near the scale of a tiny nanometer, was first put forward by Eric Drexler in his 1986 book Engines of Creation. And the Theories of the Third Kind podcast has since delved into this theory, looking at the increasing role of artificial intelligence and this microscopic technology. One of the podcast contributors, Hans, suggested the main threat to civilization comes in the form of nanobots. These little microscopic pieces of machinery start taking orders from something else. It overrides its code and it starts eating all organic life, stripping it down to the valuable minerals to self-replicate. It's in some movies.
Is it?
Yes, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra.
Oh.
Right.
Although I don't think that was a prophetic film.
Never seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
It's a bit of a guilty, drunken pleasure, that movie.
Is it?
Yeah. He, Eric Drexler, said that if a self-replicating nanobot could be made, then it could be weaponized. There'd be a red nanobot which kills everything. There's gold nanobots, golden goo, as they are called, which strip resources to the earth. But the most terrifying aspect of Drexler's theory is that of grey goo. The term refers to the hypothetical global catastrophic scenario where out-of-control nanobots self-replicate and consume everything on Earth. As Hans pointed out, this theory suggests the whole of Earth could be killed in less than 2 hours. Fuck.
All organic material stripped.
I just...
To a molecular level in 2 hours.
Oh my god.
You're like, we'd just be stood here, right? And this
Listen to the pod.
doing the podcast, and this like swarm would come in, and we'd be like down to our bones, and then another one would come in, and the bones would just be gone in the space of literally the blink of an eye.
The space of recording the podcast.
Do you think it hurt?
I don't think you'd feel it. No, it'd be too quick, wouldn't it? If they're going to do the whole planet in 2 hours, they'll have to spend much time on us.
Depends, doesn't it? Oh yeah. That's a good point. It'd be literally over in seconds, wouldn't it? You'd just be sat here and then...
Probably the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
You just go.
Yeah.
That'd be like the Thanos snap.
Yeah, but what's that grey thing over there?
That's all you'd hear. What's like, and then everything would cut off. Because everything would go, not just us. The entire flat would go. It's mental. Who's making that?
How many did they need?
Who's sanctioned
There'd
this?
be hundreds of billions, trillions, especially if they start self-replicating. The more materials they get, there's virtually limitless. They're only limited by until they run out of organic materials to use to replicate.
Yeah, and Hans believes that we already have that technology.
Yeah, it could be a case of the student outsmarting the teacher. You don't say, Hans? The governments, they test years ahead of what today is. So it's 2021, they are testing for 2051. 30 years in the future, because we have to make sure that our weapons are formidable from now until that date. That's why you're seeing the recent update in funding for the government contracts with Boeing, IBM, Raytheon, Lockheed, Northrop. And the theory is that all this is a weapon that we use to win wars, not to kill people, but to incapacitate all those wonderful machines, tanks, cannons, guns. So you don't need tanks, guns and everything because you've got nanobots.
Yeah, but...
Then a computer virus gets in And this grey goo, or these nanobots, are becoming self-aware and self-replicating. Draxler wrote the book back then before nanotech was a big thing, is what Hans says. It's true that all the military contractors in America and in Britain have all of a sudden got a lot of money. In Britain, we've just built 2 aircraft carriers that cost, I think, about sort of, well, billions anyway. Mm-hmm. Plus the new F-22 Lightnings to go on, and they're about sort of 50 million a pop. We've got 2 of them aircraft carriers. The Army's getting a load more money. They're doing Challenger 3 now, which they weren't going to do. They were going to get rid of the main battle tank. Now they're doing Challenger 3. Right. Updating the Challenger for the next 50 years. And of course the Navy as well is getting more destroyers. We're actually expanding for the first time in years. Yeah. And the RAF's getting there's just had their next generation fighter approved called the Tempest. They've had another 250 billion quid's worth of funding.
Building for war, aren't they?
It always seems that way, but they know that at some point we're going to have to fight a war for resources, so we've got to build up now what we can. That's a scary reality of the way we're going eventually. We've already had wars for oil, unofficially.
Yeah.
As soon as that stuff gets more scarce, oh, sorry, Saudi Arabia, you know how we're your mate for years? We want your oil.
I think they're going for China.
China, Africa.
The use of the noose around China's neck. All them allied bases.
Yeah.
The pivot to Asia.
Yeah. Singapore and Taiwan being funny with China could spark to a dispute. We've just sent a carrier group through the straits between them and Taiwan, which China says is theirs, but no one else says is.
Is it theirs?
They claim that it should be, and everyone else says it shouldn't.
But no one else is claiming it.
They say it's just international passage routes rather than territorial waters. So anyone can sail through it. And China is saying, no, you can't, not without us saying it's okay.
The Coming War with China, John Pilger. It's a good documentary.
Snappy title. Don't worry, we've got these nanobots, just a matter.
Yeah.
They probably have got. I don't know if we've got. I don't know if we're that far ahead with nanotech. I don't think we've got it. I don't think we're that far advanced because we're doing planes and ships and tanks at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. Another 20 years.
That's like 30 years for the future now. So maybe another 30 years, 40 years. Depends. I mean, I'm no expert in how far we are along with nanotech.
They're possibly working on it, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to get these nanobots smaller and smaller, aren't they?
Yeah.
I know they're always looking at it for surgery. Because if someone's got a tumour, you put a load of nanobots into their bloodstream who are programmed to attack and destroy tumours and eat them, and then die off after so long and just get absorbed into the bloodstream or whatever. After wiping the cancer, and that was seen as would have been a major breakthrough. But obviously, we're going to use it to strip the planet bare instead of doing something good. That's a shame. I hope there's an off switch. But that's the thing, man. It's like if I go for it for an alien invasion.
Read that scenario, Ben, that Hans says.
He said, just imagine if that was real. Noticing that you're not feeling so well all of a sudden, or you just had to be walking half a mile, and you walk back and you saw a tree when you were walking one way, and you walk back and it's not there. Then you think, is this a simulation? And then you start bleeding from your nose and you're not feeling so well. And before you know it, you're nothing but a bunch of grey lifeless matter on the ground, because these nanobots have stripped you of all the precious materials it needs. Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
Thanks, Hans.
Cheers, Hans. I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm just going to be sat there thinking, oh, man.
Grey dust on the floor.
Yeah, you just...
You're like, oh, man, I don't feel so good. Yeah. It's the Thanos snap, isn't it? It's like, oh, man, I don't feel so good.
Instead of 50%, it's 100%.
Of everything.
Yeah.
The TV, the table, the carpet, the brick of the flats. The mixing desk, microphones, us.
Yep.
It's crazy. Who's making that? Who thinks that's a good... But then again, we've got nuclear weapons, so they could wipe the planet out.
Yeah. Oh, we're not going to make it, are we?
No! No, we're not. But as long as we make it to mine, I don't care what happens after I'm dead. I'm not here to experience it.
Typical Ben Knight.
I told you last week, what about if we're reincarnated?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you haven't thought this through.
No, I haven't. As a final fuck you to an alien invasion, yes, I'm down with this. Release it then, but we still got to work on it. So no, but I don't want it. I don't want something that can end the planet. I am a speciesist. In all fairness, I want the human race to survive and get the cool space empire future we deserve.
Reincarnation might go through galaxies, and so you could be an alien.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Wake up as an alien, baby.
Yeah. Hopefully a green one.
Fair enough. Moving
Well,
on.
then I get to fuck green alien chicks.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's an asexual. They're so past that, Ben.
I'm not.
Inside the wild story of the real-life Tarzan who boxed alligators and ate tortoises.
Well, while I agree with his alligator boxing policy, I don't agree with his eating tortoises policy.
Trapper Nelson is still remembered in the South Florida community where he became an icon for his experimental zoo, short-lived boxing career. That's because he's fighting alligators.
Yeah.
Quirky social skills and animal antics.
Do you think he was a short-lived boxing career because the alligator killed him?
He looks like a Duncan Ballantyne.
Yeah, he does.
A younger version of him.
He's got wonky nipples.
Has he?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell him that. I'd imagine he's really fucking hard, to be fair.
Probably because it was partially torn off by an alligator.
Yeah, mate. Stitched back on in the wilderness. We used nothing but vines.
Born Vincent Natal Will Chick.
That's Ulkovich.
God knows,
Maybe.
in Trenton, New Jersey in 1909 to Polish parents.
Oh, that explains it.
He didn't speak English. The curious and nature-obsessed youngster always looked for alternatives to his boring suburban town. Jumping from train to train across the country. Does that mean boarding different trains, actually jumping?
Jumping onto the moving trains,
I was
yeah.
hoping to, yeah.
You know when
trains.
you'd be running, when you're in the film, so they're running alongside a train and there's always a carriage that's open, yeah. Yeah. Although I was saying that, because that's how hobos used to travel around.
Yeah.
A lot of man-on-man hobo rape going on in that period. It's true.
Talking about Tarzan jumping from train to train.
Yeah, but that's true. That's a lot of rapes went on in those trains.
Let's hope Tarzan
Sometimes the hobos raped the guard who came round to get them off.
What the fuck? Why?
Because they wanted to feed back, and all the hobos were getting bum sexing each other. It's true.
Where did that come from?
Okay.
Applied knowledge. A lot of hobo rape going on. I'm telling you, it was a bad time.
That's all, Mike.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, let's hope Vince didn't. Was his name Vince?
Yeah.
Check my memory.
Who says marijuana kills brain cells?
I've forgotten. Yeah, Vincent. I'm going to pronounce his second name again.
Natulkovich.
While he was jumping from train to train, he finally wound up in Florida after dodging charges of gun running between
Jesus.
US and Mexico. Supposedly the 6'4", 110 kilogram giant ate so
No
much.
one's raping this guy.
No, he's doing the raping. He's 6'4", built like a brick shit house. He's 110 kilograms.
No.
He's shredded.
You know, he's just into boxing alligators, isn't he? And crocodiles.
You don't know what stays on the train. What happens on the train stays on the train.
He ate so much the Mexican police couldn't afford to hold him captive. With witnesses later saying they spotted him wolf down 18 eggs for breakfast.
Wow.
Well, you just give him 2 and a bit of toast.
God, I bet his cholesterol was through the fucking roof.
Fuck me, I bet his farts stank. 18 eggs. He eventually changed his name to Trapper Nelson and landed at Jupiter Island in Florida.
Oh,
Now a plush hotspot full of country clubs and golf complexes, Jupiter Island was little more than a swamp back in the 1920s. But for Nelson, it was a perfect place to discover wildlife. His companions were less interested in nature. Trapper's stepbrother Charles was in prison for 20 years after killing partner John Dykas with a shot in the back.
Oh dear.
Partner? So are they lovers or what?
I
Business
think he's a
partner,
bit
I
like
imagine.
Shrek with like a...
Get out of my swamp.
Get out of my swamp.
Unfortunately, that left him lonelier than ever, and he Nelson withdrew far down the nearby Loxahatchee River.
Loxahatchee?
Yeah, something like that. With a loan with his sister and the pocket money he saved, Nelson bought a whopping 800 acres of swampland. He began
Pocket money?
Pocket money?
Who's giving him pocket money?
He was giving the grown man pocket money.
Well, someone's got to keep him in 18 eggs a day.
Yeah.
He began hunting wild animals and selling their furs, proving quite successful at the practice. A natural coexistence with nature prompted comparisons with Tarzan, who at the time was a wildly popular, if racist, character from the series of novels.
Oh, come on. You can't judge Tarzan a racist. By today's standards you can, but back then you can't. It's written you can't.
No, but it is bit. When the Great Depression hit, Nelson converted part of his land to a zoo where families could get a real experience of the wild. It became a sensation, in part for its incredible authenticity, but mostly because of Nelson's own dynamic personality. He was a genuine charmer and striking good looks and infectious enthusiasm for nature. Celebrities including film star Gary Cooper, the ultra-wealthy DuPont family, and even the Kennedys were known to stop by the zoo. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Visitors to the zoo were able to buy alligators at the gift shop.
Jesus, who's doing that?
Agree with that. Nelson also grabbed attention by eating tortoises and drinking animal blood, something he recommended as part of a healthy diet.
Wow. Great.
I'm not sure that would go down too well with
I don't-
militant vegans.
I get the drinking the animal blood, I guess. I'd eat the tortoise if it was the only thing I had to eat, but I wouldn't make a choice out of it. I like tortoises.
His social skills were also known to be quite poor, particularly when he was around women. According to one biography, Nelson once jumped into the river, corralled an alligator and rode it till it broke free to impress a neighbouring
Jane!
It's not known whether she was convinced of his charm.
Oh, that's a shame.
When World War II came back, he was drafted, despite having got him married to avoid such a fate. He was disciplined for cutting his army trousers into shorts, later tearing a muscle in his leg and getting a transfer to a base near his land. But upon his return, his wife had a new lover. Distraught, Trapper never married again.
Oh, gutting.
In the 1940s, Nelson was a national, increasingly international celebrity, gaining press attention in France and the UK. Known as the Wild Man of the Loxahatchee, he was frequently offered media appearances and unusual stunts. Finally, he agreed to one of them, which entailed a boxing match. Basically boxing alligators. After taking off his gloves to fight bare knuckle, Nelson was punched in the...
He did fight
He
people.
did fight people.
But for the zoo, he would wrestle alligators.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he got knocked out in the first one punch. It's unlucky. Burned down his neighbour's bridge. I like it. And the neighbour's goat house exploded. He was a bit of a rival. He was a
prime suspect.
bit of a hothead.
Just a bit.
Sounds like Tiger King all over again,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, in the late 1950s, he was a recluse, communicating with his neighbours and friends only via postcard. When one tried to visit him, he even threatened them with a shotgun. Fuck.
Well. Oh man, Western food killed him.
Yeah. Nelson's own adjustment from his flora and fauna heavy diet to conventional Western food made him extremely ill. He was convinced he had colon cancer, and after doctors disproved this, prostate cancer.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
No, he didn't. He was just convinced he had it.
With the authorities closing the zoo, his ex-wife returned to claim chunks of the ever-increasingly lucrative land he called his own. Nelson's life in the spotlight was over. In July 1968, he was found dead on the beach with a gunshot in the stomach. Reportedly, Nelson laid there a week before he was found.
Oof. Oh man. Read that next bit.
The examining physician was so disgusted by his condition, he conducted the autopsy on a picnic table to avoid transporting the body.
Jesus, cutting him open on the beach. Close the beach off. I'm doing the autopsy here. Let's bat the seagulls away.
Nelson was in his late 50s, but to this day no one knows his true date of birth.
All the crabs would have come up and everything would have had a nibble, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It would all taken a little bit. I mean, I'd imagine his eyes would have gone for a start. Most of his face. The sweetbreads in the throat, liver gone, kidney gone, Definitely the kidneys. Anus cord. That's probably by hobos though. Pretty cored many years ago by hobos. Well, I mean, interesting. I like the name. I like the change the name thing, like Vince Jukanowski or whatever. No, I'm Trapper Nelson. I fight alligators and eat tortoises and drink blood. I don't know what he's doing to that stork there. Is that a stork? Some kind of bird. Is that a fish? Oh, yeah, it's a swordfish. I'm looking at it from a weird angle. The swordfish, outdone by the gunfish.
So I saw that in the paper. I thought it's interesting.
It is. I like that kind of stuff. It's just the modern world that ends up killing them.
Yeah. Amazing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's had quite a life though, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. You can't say he hasn't lived a life.
Mad as a box of frogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely mental. Right.
Fair play to him. He lived a life he wanted to, didn't he? So.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, a man in China almost died after inserting live eel into his rectum to cure constipation.
Yay!
Oh,
How big
dear.
was the eel? Because some of them are quite fucking big.
Well, that one, the picture here is a moray eel, so it,
Hang on. When a man in fishing puts an eel up his ring, it's amore.
So he inserted a 20 centimetre eel into his rectum via his anus.
Fuck me.
The man, however, almost died when the fish went up into his abdomen. The Global Times reported that a man was encouraged to try the treatment from folklore that said that an eel can help with bowel movement. However, instead of curing his constipation, the fish went from his rectum to the colon before biting through and entering his abdomen.
Fucking hell.
Oh my
What a
god.
fucking idiot.
Unable to endure the pain, the unidentified man finally went to hospital after one day.
1 day?
1 day!
Jesus.
The doctors who opened him up said he could have lost his life as the bacteria in the large intestines might cause hematosis when it reaches his abdominal cavity.
Hemolysis, I think that
Is
is.
it
I don't know
hemolysis?
what that is.
Sounds bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interestingly, the eel was still alive and was removed during the operation. According to the portal, a 50-year-old man in the Guangdong province did the same stunt last year, but he used a 40 centimetre eel.
Nah, that was just pleasure at that point. If you, that guy who was like 20 centimetres, yeah, okay, that's the. I'm really just shit. Me nan always said, right, if you've got constipation, put an eel up your bum. Right? That's what she said. Work for her nan before her. Right? And then, you think, oh man, what's the smallest eel I can get? Okay, 20 centimetres, alright, that'll have to do. Oh fuck, it's in there. It's gone, I couldn't hold on to the end. Oh fuck.
What are you
Right. And then the guy.
hold on to the end and pull it back out?
Yeah, that's what I'd do if I was going to try this. I wouldn't just let it run free. And then this other guy's gone like, I want to stick an eel up my ass. What's the biggest one I can get? 40 centimetres? That still seems small, but okay.
Ironically, if he'd killed the eel, let it go putrid and ate it, it would have cleared his constipation, wouldn't it?
Could he's got some prunes.
Oh yeah.
You know. Whatever. But
Some Senecot.
no,
Yeah.
clearly that's not a thing in China, and folklore and your nan always told you that the only way, surefire way to cure constipation was to insert an eel up your rectum.
Well, we don't know that's the reason why he did it.
Folklore.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, it's a folklore
Okay.
reason. He was like, oh, it's like
Missed that bit.
oh crap, what is it? You bump your head, put butter on it.
Mm.
You ever have that as a kid?
Or if you've got a black eye, put steak on it.
Yeah.
What was that football manager, Felix Magath, at Fulham? He was getting him to put ham on her injuries or something, wasn't it? Was it ham?
Ham or cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
German football manager. He's in his late, well, maybe in his early 60s, something like that.
Yeah. German, was he?
Yeah. And he came over to Fulham and the players were complaining because he was telling them to put cold meats and cheeses on their injuries.
That's all his mum had got.
Maybe he ran
He was a kid.
He ran a deli. That was he had major shares in the deli in the area.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do? You get yourself a knock on your ankle, right? Get yourself down to the deli, the one I was telling you about, when I owned shares. Like, get yourself some cooked meats, some quality cooked meats, and some fine locally sourced cheese. Put on your ankle. Sort it out. Yeah, I recommend the
You can eat it
premium.
on a sandwich after.
Then you can eat it, and then you can eat it later.
No.
Well, it's better than that. It's you know, and it's still better than getting someone with a Reiki crystal, though. Reiki. It's like, oh yeah. Reiki. I'm just putting this. I'm just dangling a crystal over where it hurts. It still hurts though.
There was a Trinidad and Tobago footballer called Marvin Andrews, you remember him?
No.
Played for Rangers. And he got an injury and he wouldn't accept any treatment. You see, he was into faith healing. He believed God would heal his injury. I think Rangers sacked him because
He was injured. He was just.
He's just like.
Because he refused to get treatment.
It's like you broke your leg. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So if he broke his leg,
Yeah.
would he just leave it?
I guess he just bind it, yeah, and then just leave it to heal naturally. And
So he wouldn't go and have a cast. He wouldn't have physio.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a surgery part.
If I pray hard enough, God will heal me.
But yeah, that's what he believed in.
People shouldn't be allowed to believe that shit, though.
No, because this ends up happening.
Exactly.
Heels in arses.
Eels up an arse.
Terrible.
Oh, that bombshell.
Mind you, hang on. Don't the Chinese think that rhino horn gives you is like the best Viagra or something?
Yeah, that's bullshit too.
I wouldn't know. I've never taken rhino horn.
Well, scientifically, people have said it's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh well. And on that bombshell, thank you very much for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the flavour aid. Don't join the cult. If you are going to fight a grizzly bear, make sure you get more bullets with you.
Yeah.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out, and may the force be with you.
But I've been Claire. Don't stick an eel up your arse.
Save that for you. I hope you appreciate that.
Yeah.